Hello, my yarn smithing lovelies, and welcome to my studio here in central UK. If you haven't seen me before, I'm Simon Henry, and this is where we meet to talk all things yarn. So today, a little change of format because I've had some hate about talking about the hate. If you get me, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is put the hate at the end, and I'm going to talk about the yarn now. Stay tuned. So today we're going to do a little bit more Temu loveliness. I know I get into trouble for talking about Temu. Go back and have a look on the other videos and see what Temu is all about. Ethically, it's up to you whether you want to buy from them or not. But I'll say before you start to lecture about Temu and what they are and what they do, just do your research properly. I'll talk about the hate at the end of the video, but I did have one that was saying that Temu were run by the Chinese government and they were raising money to wage war on the rest of the world. It's a privately owned company, love. Do your research. That's all you need to do. I'll get some hate. You watch. People will be telling me things and they'll be talking with great authority about something because they've seen a video that claims to be telling them the truth. Anyway, so I ordered, which was a request. They were talking about buying variegated yarns from Temu. So I thought, well, I'm going to flick through and I'll do a little order. If I order from the UK site of Temu, I get it in like 4 days. And it's also, there's checks and balances. We know that it's safe and all that kind of stuff. Again, go back and have a look at some of the other videos and you'll see. However, this time I really cocked it up. Kind of my fault, kind of not my fault. So when I'm doing reviews on yarn from there, I always order like 3 lots to see, you know, the comparisons, what they are, if there is anything that's any good. If you've watched the other videos on yarns I've had from Temu, you'll see that actually I've done quite well. We've ended up with some quite good gear from there. By the way, I'll just pop in. But somebody actually said, you know, you buy all your gear from Temu, you're buying cheap, you're buying this, that and the other. You know, you don't know what good yarn is. Yeah, I do. And this morning I had a lovely package arrive from West Yorkshire Spinners. You know, this is what 100 quid's worth of yarn looks like. So I actually do buy expensive yarn. I might actually do a bit of a review on their wool at some point because it really is gorgeous. Go to West Yorkshire Spinners and have a look and see what they've got. Let me put those over there so I don't get in a mess. So like I said, I ordered 3 lots. The first lot was let me have a look on here. For 8 balls of this variegatedness, they say it's 100% wool. For 8 balls is £17.07. The next packet I ordered, which was from a different manufacturer, came from a different place, for 8 balls was £12.99. And the last one that I ordered, if I can find it, there it is, was 8 balls, also for £8.99. All of these balls are 50 grams. So quite excited when they came, as I always am. I'm a bit of a saddo when yarn comes, and I open it. Can't wait to open it, and then I just put it on the shelf. Those who are watching on a regular basis will see that I've had quite a big delivery this week, but this is stuff for that I'm designing for a yarn company. I design patterns for all kinds of people, so you won't be seeing that, but you'll see it gradually go down as I'm using it. So when I opened it, the first packet was, I believe, this one. Was it? Was this one, which was the £17.99 one, and quite a bit thinner than I was expecting. I did do a burn test on it, and it doesn't appear to have any synthetic in it at all. It is all natural fibre, and it says on it, sad, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. It says on it 100% wool. The skein is for 50 grams, it's 196 yards. It says that the manufacturer, it's got batch numbers and everything on here, is a textile company in Jiangsu province in China. And that's about all of the information I think that's on there. I was expecting something like UKDK weight or yarn weight number 4. It's slightly thinner than that, but the colours look lovely. It actually feels very nice. It does really feel very nice. This would go through the knitting machine okay, and it would hand knit okay, but like I said, thinner than I was expecting. That was packet number 1. Packet number 2, this is where we've started to mess up a little bit, because packet number 2, I'm going to tell you any minute now, because I'm looking for it. Packet number 2, from a different supplier, claimed that I was paying, I think, £12.99 for 8 balls. It's actually 4 balls came, not 8. And very interestingly, when I opened the packet, it's identical to the first one. I paid £17 something for 8 balls. This was £12.99 for 4 balls. It's identical. It's exactly the same, even though it claims to come from a different manufacturer. Same label, same information, same everything. Even though I've got quite a bit of stuff that I can do with 100% wool again, burn test again. It's the identical product to the first one, but obviously it works out quite a bit more expensive. So my mistake, their mistake, don't know. It certainly wasn't what I was expecting. There was only half arrived from, again, what I was expecting. The advert clearly said it's for 8 balls and only 4 balls came. However, I just sent them an email and I told them, and they've given me a full credit for all of it, and they've said that I don't have to send it back. So I've actually ended up with 4 balls of exactly the same as the other one, but for nothing. So the last one, which I think was also $12.99, I got the 8 balls. The colours are different to the first one. Again, felt lovely and soft when I got it out. The variegation in the colours are quite nice. But interestingly, same label, different manufacturer, different everything. Have a look at the manufacturer. Yeah, it says it's a different. This is Tonglin in Changshu, China, in Jiangsu province. Which actually I looked on a map, so that's fairly close. Very nice. Again, slightly thinner than I was expecting, even though I think it's I could get away with double knitting. It's more like what we would call 4-ply in the UK. So I've ended up with, I wanted to do a comparison. I've ended up with kind of 3 packets of pretty much the same thing. So there's no point me comparing them with each other because it's exactly the same. Different prices. So in conclusion to that, the quality is very nice. There doesn't appear to be anything synthetic in there. It actually feels gorgeous, if I'm honest. The colours look lovely. The price is good. You know, the packet that I only got 4 in instead of 8, I actually ended up having it effectively for free. So whilst it wasn't what I was expecting, I was still actually fairly pleased with it. I can actually do something with it. When I've done something with it, I'll actually bring it and I'll show you. So normally when you've seen these review videos, I compare one with the other and tell you which is the best. They're all exactly the same. So it's a good job I can laugh about these things. And actually, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed with it. It's Temu. The prices are kind of next to nothing. You have to expect these things. You know, you get what you get. It'll end up somewhere in the stash, and I'll probably end up doing something with it. I often do Fair Isle, very classic, very traditional Fair Isle knitting in 4-ply. So, and this is pure wool. It appears it's pure wool. So it'll probably go in that collection somewhere. I'll let you know when I've done something. So let me pop that over there. Talking of Fair Isle, by the way, actually, because I can see something on here that I can show you. Over on the Patreon channel, if you want to have a little look over there, we've got a lovely community going over there now, and we do all kinds of things. At the moment, I'm frightening all my lovely Patreons to death because we're doing a knit along, very traditional classic Fair Isle, and we're going to steek it. I know a lot of people are terrified about cutting their knitting. I have to admit, I've done a huge amount of that as part of research. Over the years, I've researched a lot of very traditional things and brought them kind of up into using modern methods of reproducing them. And when I first steeked, if you don't know that, you actually you knit in the round and then cut it to put the sleeves in and to, put buttons in the front if you're doing a cardigan. I was terrified first time I did it, but now I do it just without thinking. So we're doing a knit along over on the Patreon site, so that you know, people can actually do it along with me. We're actually doing it together. This is as far as we've got so far, and you can see this bit that's in the middle here. Let me find it. I'm all backwards way front on the camera. This stripy bit in the middle here is the steek. This is actually where we're going to cut up the front when this is done. There'll also be steeks on the sides here, which is and there'll be shaping within the steek, and that's where we're going to actually cut for the armholes. This is going to be a little waistcoat, but what I actually might do, because of the yarn I've got left, if you remember the yarn that I bought on cones, I'm going to have a huge amount of that left. So what I'll probably do with that, I might even knit sleeves with it, so that my lovely Patreons will have a choice whether to knit it as a waistcoat or knit it as a cardigan. So that's over there at the moment. That's going on now over on the Patreon channel. The membership is, I think, £5 a month, works out about £1 a week. You get access over there to all of the knitting patterns that I've done, all of the make alongs like what we're doing at the moment. There is some crochet as well as some knitting. There's both over there, and like I said, we developing a really lovely community over there. So welcome to the new ones. We've had quite a few new ones this week. That's upstairs, it's not down here. So next week's video I'll give everybody a shout out again from the lovely Patreons. So anybody who's joined on here today just for the wool and just for the knitting, that's where we'll say goodbye. If you don't want to hang around for the hate, this is a bit of a dilemma for me, because about half of the people who watch love the hate and the way I answer it and talk about it. The other half don't. So, and like I said, I actually had some hate because I was mentioning the hate. I thought, for goodness sake, just switch it off. You've got an off button. So, this week's hate is a doozy. I mean, I look very carefully. When the hate comes in, I do look very carefully, because I do occasionally, I must admit, get comments from people who very clearly have mental health issues. So I wouldn't respond to them. I just don't respond to those at all. I leave everything up. It's all up there, so everybody can go and read all of the comments to all of the videos and see. But if I think there's some mental health issues, this one, I've got no idea what's going on at all. So she's talking about when I did the video on the yarn on cones, and she put, I'm not going to do the they them thing. I had a lot of hate about that as well. You know, people saying that before I you know, answer these things, I should ask them what their pronouns are. I'm not going to bother with that. If you tell me what your pronouns are, if you tell me what you want to call it, I will respect that and I'll call you by that. Otherwise, if you go in by a girl's name, I'm going to say she. So this one, you can see on there, for some reason or other, I think she thinks she's Guy Fawkes. That was a thing that was also a bit odd. That's in the name. You'll see that if you go and have a look. So she put, oh boy, a man taking great offence, over viewers taking great offence. I don't take offence at all, love. If you've watched the videos, I think you're funny. So she kind of wanders off now because she put, why does a narrow swathe of the population insist on using unpleasant labels for people? I don't know what she's referring to at all. If you're patriotic, you're far right. It would be nice if these people could actually explain why they've come up to their conclusions, but they never can. What are you talking about, love? This is a channel that we talk about yarn and knitting. It's a bald fat bloke talking about knitting. What's that got to do with anything? Then she says, if you make any sort of comment that's not sucking up to the ego of the creator, you're a hater. And you need to be on one side or t'other of the playground. Get over yourself. I am over myself, love. Oh, this is good. You just sound like a version of Julian Clary. Snippy and unkind without being funny. In fact, he's not even funny. He's just a bit sad. What? I'm not going to say that. Let's tag Julian Clary. Hi, Julian. If you're watching, apparently, I'm a version of you. I'm really happy with that. I take it as a compliment. So she's put, no doubt this will attract some hate. Who the heck cares? I don't. There are plenty of people out there who watch all sorts of things they don't do themselves. Yes. Even though I think what she's probably referring to, I went and had a look at her YouTube channel. She has got a YouTube channel. She does have 3 subscribers and no videos. She hasn't put any videos out herself, so she clearly knows everything that she's talking about. She clearly hasn't got time to make videos because she's sitting writing all these missives about stuff I've got no idea what she's talking about. Being about patriotic and far right, no idea what has that got to do, love, with yarn and knitting? Explain. And I'll read it out next week, I will. So she's put, remember, even if we make negative comments, we've clicked on your video and you've made money from it. Do your research again, just as a matter of interest. Have a little look and see, just Google how much you get from one click on YouTube. You'll be amazed. I've just spent 100 quid on this. Your click doesn't cover the stuff I spend to make these videos. It costs quite a lot to do, but I don't have to justify it to you. So let's see what she's got to reply to it. She was one of the ones that put I finally got to the bit about the cones, hallelujah. She never mentioned whether she liked that bit or not. So she was one of the ones who would prefer the hate to be separate, or like I'm doing now, I'm putting the hate at the end of the videos so that if you don't want to watch it, you can just flick the off button. So she's probably not watching this now. She's probably flicked the off button. So we had a bit more stuff from the people who don't think I should use wool. You can go and have a look at those because it's it's cruel to the sheep. What we're going to do with the fleeces, don't understand. There was another one who clearly hasn't watched the other videos because she said that, I've got absolutely no idea how sheep are kept in this country. If you watch a couple of videos back, you'll see the family have got a sheep farm. So yeah, do know. So I can't think of anything else to tell you at all. Oh, I did. If you noticed last week, I did the video without having having a shave because I'm just welcoming you into my studio. You're a guest in my space. You're very, very much welcome, all of you, whether you're hateful or not. Don't care. And because you're in my space, if I don't feel like having a shave, I won't have a shave. So I did get hate because they were saying that I wasn't being respectful to my viewers, and I was being lazy and all kinds of stuff. I don't know what to say. However, it has hit home because today I've had a shave, especially for you. So, please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I've certainly enjoyed having you along. I do enjoy our little time together once a week. Go over and have a look at the Patreon site and see the make-along that we're doing. And you can be scared to death with us because we're going to cut up some knitting in a bit. And in the meantime... did I say click and like and subscribe? I don't know if I said that or not. If you like and subscribe, what actually happens, it does something to the YouTube algorithm and they put these videos out to a lot more people. So it doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help. So like and subscribe, go over and have a look on Patreon. In the meantime, happy yarnsmithing. Very much love as always, and I'll see you soon. Bye.